Activity Project 3, Evidence 9, Question and Answers of Tourist Place of the Regions. Question 1. Has it always been called Bolivar Square? No. By the time of the Hispanic foundation of the city, it was known as Suarez Rendon Square. And the beginning of the 20th century, it was named Bolivar Square, thus to a sculpture of the Liberator that was placed in the center square. Question 2. What other names did the Bolivar Square have? Some names that are now from the square are Main Square, Suarez Rondon Square, in Worker at the Marketplace, Bullfit were made, and other names. Question 3. What was before the Bolivar's sculpture that was in the square? After the foundation and the need to begin waters to the city, a fountain was placed in the center of the square in order to supply the city with the precious liquid. After a white stone statue was placed and it was given the name of Monkey's Pie. For the end of the 19th century, a statue of Simon Bolivar was placed where a monkey's pie was. When Tunja was 400 years old, the square, the statue of Simon Bolivar was changed to the equestrian statue that can be seen today. Question 4. How many children did the founder of the Tunja have? The founder had 3 children with his wife and one out of mar- out of marriage. Their names are Miguel, Nicolas, and Isabel, with on the married, and Anna is the out of married. Question 5. Did the founder's wife remarried once he did? Yes, she married a Spanish man. His name was Juan Núñez de la Cerda. Question 6. How many rooms did the founders have? The founders house have? Currently, the house has 6 rooms in the second floor. It is possible that the house has more rooms since the map of 1623 shows that in the block there was only the main temple, the house of the founder and house of the Juan de Castellanos. Another testimony that the house was so big that the goods entered the house through the two Petaquero streets. The first floor had 7 rooms. The cost of the house takes more than half of it. Second question. How ordered to building the temple of the cathedral? For the years of 1539 is ordered the construction of the main temple in 1561 after being destroyed by a fire. The priest, the priest Juan de Castellanos gathers money to build a temple with characteristic of Spanish cathedral. A question. When was the last restoration of the temple made? The last restoration was made between 1984 and 1986 and they left with the characters that it had since the 16th century. 9 question. How many years did the construction of the cathedral temple have? According to history, the construction of the first temple was done during the first years of the 16th century, elaborated with indigenous techniques. This that is the site with roof in stone and walls in stepped walls. After the first temple burned down, the construction of the new temple began in 1562. 1552 15 excuse me uh, the new temple began in 1552 and finished in 1522. The construction was 20 years. The construction was hard 20 years. Question 10. Where was the Dominican community located when arriving in Tunja? When the Dominicans arrived in Tunja, they were located in the place where the main cacique was located. After the years, they donated a piece of land in the center of the city. Question 11. Who ordered to build the chapel of the Rosary? The first investigation says the Captain Garcia Arias Maldonado was the one who ordered the construction of the chapel, but according to some documents found by the historian, it was possible to appreciate that the chapel was built by Miguel Suarez, firstborn of Gonzalo Suarez, founder of Tunja. Question 12. Why does the temple have two arches total? Because the temple touched a tour of 118 degrees and passed the pulpit where the entrance was located and made the new entry for the 50 rites. Fifth rites. For his reason, the temple has two total arches. Thanks.